Hello and welcome to American Mogul. Today we are going to discuss the Dow Jones hitting 300,000, the Nasdaq hitting 150,000, the S&P hitting 60,000, and the Russell hitting 20,000 in the next 10 years or less. Why am I saying this? Because, a lot of people are talking market correction, it could drop, but no, not a chance. Think about the money printing that is happening right now. Think about monetary stimulus from the Federal Reserve, fiscal stimulus from the government. The money is not coming to us through a helicopter. There are wide-bodied B-52 bombers coming with huge payloads of cash to drop on our heads. It's happening all over the world. There are bombers are filled with money coming and dropping it on people. Right now we are waiting for a $2 trillion stimulus package. They are arguing should be 1.5, should be 2. It's going to be somewhere around that. In 2020, monetary policy from a Federal Reserve and fiscal policy from a government dropped 25% increase in a base money supply, which is the largest increase of the money supply in history. And in 2021, it could be more than that. Yeah. So what happened? Because I explained this in other videos where housing prices, the median average $300,000 home in the United States in 10 years or less can go to 300 million. This is the Zimbabwacafation, the Venezuelainvication of the United States of America. If you go and look at the Zimbabwe stock market, or more currently, the Venezuelan stock market, in nominal value, it has skyrocketed beyond all possible comprehension. But in intrinsic value, it has gone down. But if you look at the chart, it is hyperbolic, That's because the debasement of currency of the countries, and this is happening all over the world. And more importantly, it's happening in the United States of America. People say, this stock market is crazy. This market is insane. This market is not insane. This market is not crazy. This market is reacting to the inflation of a monetary base. Its intrinsic value has not gone up, but its nominal value has gone through the roof. And people, there are no fundamental reason for this increase. There is no technical reason for this increase. It is the debasement of the currency that is causing the everything bubble. And it's concentrated, in the stock market and housing market. And they are just printing more money. Central banks and governments are just printing more money and handing it out. And if you look at the average income, it's amazing that you look at in this pandemic, in this global crisis, that money supply around the world gone up approximately 25%. And stock markets have gone up approximately 25%, and housing prices have gone up approximately 25%, and base income has gone up approximately 25%. Do you think that there is a correlation to the inflation of the base money supply and the inflation of core assets? Yeah. Because believe it or not, wages are a core asset to you and your family. Stock market is a core asset, and housing is a core asset. And they are directly correlated. So if you want to know where the market gonna go, stocks, housing, look at the increase of the base money supply. Because let's say you get $2 trillion stimulus package. Yeah. Is that going to be the end? Because think about it. Everybody is saying that we're coming back stronger than ever. Build back better. Forget it. Yeah. Forget about it. Because think of eventually, I know it's been pushed back, but eventually the moratoriums are going to stop on evictions and foreclosures. Yeah? What you think governments are going to do, we're not millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, but billions of people around the world are going to be thrown out into the street homeless. Yeah? In the United States, there's over 50 million people who are on the verge of eviction or foreclosure. You think the government and the central bank going to allow that to happen? And the United States has 4% of the world's population. Right? So, you basically have to 25 times that, 50 million, yeah, which is 750 million people around the world, plus direct family members that could be, because in this time there's a lot of intergenerational homes, into billions of people. Yeah. What you think that human crisis is going to be? How much money do you think central banks and governments are going to print to keep the wolves at bay? Because human beings, they call us sheep, yeah? The masses, we are the sheep. But those sheep, when their back is against the wall, turn into wolves. Yeah. Because when they take everything away from you and you have nothing left to lose, believe it, people are going to lose their minds. As much as I want peace in the world, when people are pushed to the limit, they push back. So how is government going to prevent that? They are going to print money like it's going out of style. Yeah. If you see pictures of Zimbabwe, you see people with bricks of $1 trillion bills. Bricks of $1 trillion bills. You go to Venezuela, obviously Zimbabwe dollar bills, but if you go to Venezuela, yeah, they are wrapping empanadas in 10,000 Boulevard notes because paper's worth more. They don't want to wrap it in paper because blank paper is worth more than 10,000 Boulevard notes. Do you understand that? That one day you will be wrapping your taco in $100 bill? And it gonna happen like everything happened. slowly, 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 and then all of a sudden, well, we are in the all of a sudden stage, right? This is not going to end well. But the stock market, it's going to skyrocket, not to the moon, not to Mars, to Jupiter and beyond. Yeah, it's going to leave the solar system. Like I said, Dow Jones 300,000, Nasdaq 150,000, S&P 60,000, Russell 20,000, and more. Because once they start going past 5 trillion in stimulus, people are going to say, well, wait a minute, wait. What is going wrong here? They say everything good, everything getting better, but now we went 900 billion, 2 trillion, now we're going 5 trillion, then 10 trillion. Right? What is going on? And people will, because they're doing it now, right? Yeah, there's speculative moves, but that's nothing. That's nothing. It's the increase in base money supply, base monetary inflation, yeah? That is creating these stock market moves. And as that base money continues to grow with more and more and more stimulus, it's the crack up bust. It gonna go to the heavens, but that is in nominal value. The value of a deflating currency. The intrinsic value will stay the same or drop. Same thing with housing. Housing gonna go from 300,000 for a house to 300 million. But what does that mean? When that 300 million really is still worth about 300,000 in today's currency. This is, in my lifetime, I have seen crises. Yeah. There was a time in my life where my family say, not hunger, starvation. Yeah. It changes you. It changes you as a human being. That going 3, 4, 5 days without food, like real starvation, not hunger. Yeah, not like you skip breakfast in the morning and by lunchtime you are super hungry and you eat. This is waking up day after day after day and there's no food. There's just no food. There's nothing to eat, right? It makes you understand the cycle of life, of economies, of countries, of your own personal and family life. And what I'm seeing is one of the greatest destructions of economies around the world organized by central bank policy and government policy. Because only one of two things can be happening here. Either central banks and governments have planned this for whatever ulterior motive they have, which is normally not good. Yeah, it's not good for the average citizen. Whatever central banks and governments plan is not good for your average citizen. Yeah. Or the second option, which is they are complete and total imbeciles, having no clue what they are doing, because Einstein had this quote, and I paraphrase. Yeah. The definition of stupidity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, they've been pumping the money supply since 1971, yeah? When they decoupled from the gold standard, all the nations around the world had a license to print money to oblivion. And that's what they've been doing. But like I said, slowly, 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 and then all of a sudden, and now is all of a sudden. You are seeing it in stock markets around the world hitting new highs, property values increasing at astronomical rates. Yeah, because look what happened in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe dollars, a house 100,000. Yeah. In a very short period of time, that went from 100,000 to hundreds of trillions of Zimbabwe dollars. Yeah. What happened in Venezuela? In Venezuela, they had a reset to gold and silver on February 5th, 2018. So prior, the average home, because they had inflation hitting hard, that's why they had to do the reset. Average home was 10 million bolivars. Yeah. Now, it's over 100 billion bolivars to buy that home. And in fact, they won't even take bolivar. They'll only take U.S. currency in the sale of assets. If you want to buy and sell a house in Venezuela, you will only take and only accept United States currency. Anything that has any value is sold in American dollars. They won't take their local currency, so it's basically worthless. Yeah. Like I said before, what are you going to do when when they hand you a taco wrapped in $100 bill? What is your mindset? What is your emotion when you see that taco wrapped in $100 USDA? Now, it's gonna freak you out. It gonna freak you out like it did in Zimbabwe, like it did in Venezuela, like it did Argentina, like it's done in hundreds of countries over history, where the currency devalues because of central bank policy and government policy to the point where it's worth less than toilet paper. Worth less than a napkin. Think about that. How are you going to feel emotionally? Yeah. How high can the stock market go? Yeah. How high can the Dow Jones go? Or the Nasdaq, or the S&P, or the Russell? Yeah. How high can they go? Because they can't stop money printing. They cannot stop the printing of money because we are a debt-based economy. Whatever, nobody save anymore because interest rates are so low that money has no real risk value. Yeah. Do you understand the real risk value of money? And I know a lot of you say, well, only gold and silver and Bitcoin or whatever current crypto is real money, but money. Yeah, it's whatever you have confidence in to exchange goods and services for something. Yeah. What can happen when that confidence is gone? Dow 300,000, Nasdaq 150,000, S&P 60,000, Russell 20,000. That can happen in the next 10 years. And in fact, it will happen in the next 10 years or less if they keep printing money the way they are doing. Because now picture the domino effect. Yeah, what is the domino effect? You start with one stimulus. Yeah, before they call it bailout, but now they call it stimulus. Yeah, same shit, same thing. Which leads to a second stimulus, which leads to a third stimulus. But I never solve a problem. So what is that third stimulus going to lead to? End of stimulus or the fourth stimulus? And what is that fourth stimulus going to lead to? End of stimulus or the fifth stimulus? There is no end to what stimulus is going to happen. And that debasement of currency is why the stock market is going to hit these unbelievable highs. Because that's what happened in Venezuela. That's what happened in Zimbabwe. That's what happened in Argentina. That's what happened in all these countries that started to inflate the monetary base. You devalue the currency. When will this be stopped? There is no way. There's a bullet train that left the station and you are standing on the platform and there's no way you can catch up to it. It gone. For pensioners, yeah, their whole life savings, everything gonna disappear. It gonna disappear. Because value of money is going to devalue at such a rate, there's no way. Pensions are going to fail. Countries are going to fail. And there will be no way to fix it. There will be no way to convince people that they have a solution. Because people already do not trust the bankers. And they definitely do not trust politicians. These narcissists, yeah. Now, they are only in it for themselves. And they will bail themselves out. But what will happen to you and your family? Alright? It is not going to be good. You should have already, but if you haven't, yeah, you need to make a plan to get generational housing where your family can all come together and ride out the storm, because storm is coming. By twitching of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. In literary meaning, it's kind of cute, kind of funny, but no, it's true. Your body reacts, your mind, your spirit, your emotions react to seeing danger on the way, and danger is coming. Really bad stuff is going to happen in the future. And they are going to try to paper it over, right? And it is not going to work. So the crack up bust is going to happen in 10 years or less. I believe the Dow Jones going to hit 300,000. That the Nasdaq is going to hit 150,000. That the S&P is going to hit 60,000. And the Russell is going to hit 20,000. But that is in nominal terms. In intrinsic value, it's going to be worthless. Completely worthless. Huh? Your gains won't even buy you a cup of coffee. Yeah? Look at Venezuela. A cup of coffee prior to February 5th Yeah. 2018 was 10 cents Boulevard to US exchange. Yep, 10 cents. Right? Now, it costs you 250,000 Boulevard, right? To buy a cup of coffee. From 10, equivalent of 10-cent Boulevard to 250,000. Wrap your mind around that. You know, a lot of my friends, even me, I go to Starbucks, I just get regular coffee. I'm not, frappuccino, whatever. I don't understand it. I just go, give me a large regular coffee with 2 cream and 1 sweetener. And they start, tall, grande, verde, I don't know what the hell it means. Just give me the largest cup you have with regular coffee, 2 cream, 1 sweetener. And it comes out to $5 or something like that. And I'm like, dear God, $5 for a cup. Imagine paying $250,000 for that coffee. I mean, it's the potential insanity that's going to come. Honestly, I hate to say it is a guilty indulgence of mine, but I need to see it play out. I hope we come out, that we have some divine intervention, that someone somewhere with half a brain cell gets in power, either in the Fed or in the government, yeah, and figures out how to walk this down. But I don't see it, because this stimulus is not going to be the last one. There are bigger problems afoot that they are downplaying. And this homelessness crisis that's going to hit is just going to open the floodgates for even more and more money printing. So hold on to your hats, grab your pantalones by the waistline, and hold on for dear life. Start, if you haven't already, start planning how to come together in a generational manner to protect your family and ride it out as safely and best you can. So all I got to say, God bless you and keep you safe. Bye-bye.